tonight we're going to be having not really debate, but more of a discussion between
You mean blood
Sean
sports?
and well, yeah, blood sports if we want to call it, between Sean and Alex of Verse Media and me and E Scorpio. Hopefully, it won't turn too bloody, but who knows? I know we all have different opinions about various topics, and I know that Scorpio is, he's doing things right now, so he'll be on in a bit. But right now, I just kind of wanted to start off with some casual banter. Sean, Alex, how have you gentlemen been? Um,
We're doing awesome, and welcome everybody on the Versa side of the stream to the real news for this week. We are going to be talking about a few news topics before we get into the debate. Hopefully, Scorpio shows up. We agreed to a debate this week, as y'all heard on Sam's channel. If you haven't yet, subscribe to Sam's channel and watch that video. Give him a like and all that good stuff. But the biggest story I think we need to talk about this, because the State of the Union was boring and lame and gay and whatever you want to call it. Those are the words I was seeing on Twitter about it. I thought it was simply just boring. But I want to talk about Nicholas J. Fuentes, the controversial streamer that people love and hate, but apparently the government hates more than anyone else, because when he went and tried to go down to Florida, in your area, Sam, he wanted to go to Palm Beach, I believe it was, to do a big tech protest, because Ron DeSantis was going to have this big tech bill go through. It was going to come to his desk, but it really didn't have teeth in it. It really wasn't going to do a lot. So Nick, Loomer, Witzke, Malkin all went down there to protest and encourage DeSantis to put amendments in it to actually have bigger fines on there, have bigger penalties for tech companies, and to protect state candidates from being banned on social media. None of that stuff was in it. There were very weak penalties with very little fines. Really wasn't effective. So they all band together because, they kind of may have some different viewpoints, but they're on the same side of this of we don't want censorship. Censorship sucks and it hurts all of us. And it's how we lose. So they went down there. But when Nick went to go down there, he went to fly in a plane, and he went into the airport, and he didn't have his boarding pass yet. He was supposed to get it, like you do 24 hours before a flight, and he didn't get it yet. But he still went down there anyway, couldn't get his boarding pass, and then he started talking to the flight people, and they said, you can't board the plane. He's like, what are you talking about? And they said, well, you can't. You are not allowed to. So he tries to get another ticket from another airline. Same story. You can't go on the plane. So at this point, he's starting to connect the dots. It doesn't matter the airline. He just simply can't go and fly on a plane because he's in Chicago. And so he even took a video of the exchange, and it sounds like that he is on a no-fly list, a federal no-fly list, which is normally what terrorists go on. And they put a 22-year-old streamer on it. This to me is so insane. I'm glad Tucker gave a subtle shout out to it. He didn't mention his name, but look, Nick Fuentes did nothing wrong here. He should not be on that list. This is insane. This is crazy, and this is where we're heading, and everybody's going to be next.
Are we sure that it was just one? That it was federal, because from what I read, it was one airline. So
No, he tried different airlines. He spent money on tickets from, I think, 2 or 3 different airlines, and all of them he couldn't go on and fly.
Also, good evening to E Scorpio, the Galen Chief,
Let's
um,
go.
the Apexican, the bane
Apexican?
of
That's racist.
the bane of the Kurgan's existence. So,
Hello, Sam. Hey, I'm ready to go. I got everything set now.
well, glad to have you on here, my friend. So, um, I've noticed that as usual, I'm the only one on camera here, but that's fine. Anyway, though, yeah, and in regards to the whole Nick Fuentes thing, I have mixed emotions on that because I don't think it shouldn't be a surprise to anyone here on my channel at the very least that I'm not a fan of Nick Fuentes personally, and uh, I don't think Sean or Alex are either, and I certainly know Scorps doesn't. He and I think share the same opinion on Nick.
What are we talking about, Nick, right now? What I missed I missed the intro.
He's been put on no-fly list, and that's
Is that confirmed? Is that confirmed? Because I've heard another story.
Well,
Can you really confirm that?
Well, that's the thing. The FBI is not allowed to tell you, hey, you're on a no-fly list, or no, you're not on a no-fly list. They cannot confirm or deny that. But you can find out yourself by going to an airport, trying every different airline, and if you can't get on a plane, they tell you can't fly, you're on a no-fly list probably. 90% chance. I don't see any other reason as to why. And that's what he did. He went to an airport, couldn't go on the first plane, tried a different one from a different airline, still couldn't do it. I think he even did a third one, still couldn't do it. He even captured on video. And when he was talking to the airline people there, they were asking him, his name, things about him, and he was answering it. And one of the ladies even said like they were getting tired of all the woke crap at the airports. And one of the ladies even told him, she Googled him, and she said, oh, I can see why you can't go on a plane, because she Googled his name. So I'm pretty sure they put him on no-fly list because he was at January 6th. That's my guess.
Well, yeah, and I mean, not to play devil's advocate, but I'm pretty sure the reason why he was put on a no-fly list is because he was advocating terrorism basically with January 6th.
Well, he's had problems with the airlines before, hasn't he? He's gotten the last I had heard, he'd gotten kicked off a flight for refusing to wear a mask.
Yes, that did happen. And if that were the case for this, outcome, it would have been just that airline. It would have been like every single airline, but he was kicked out before. I didn't see any time where he made terroristic threats or anything like that. All he did was show up to January 6th, give a speech, and leave. He didn't even enter the Capitol. It happened like long after he left, and this is just insane. Like, this is the type of stuff that is going to become a bigger reality, and I think people need to wake up to that. It's going to start with him, and it's going to keep moving along. It's like the tech censorship. It starts with somebody you think's a little out there or a little more provocative, and then it gets closer in.
Well, even worse, like, what if they're going to put you on a no-fly list if you don't take your mask off or whatever?
That'd be pretty crazy.
Like, that's even like what's more scary. Like, it's one thing to go and like, and it's fucked up too, for having your political beliefs basically put you on a no-fly list. But what's even worse is if you well, if they see you walking around with no mask with like a camera on, they go and put you in like a no-fly for like 2 weeks list. And then they do it permanently if you're anti-mask,
or if you don't have the vaccine.
The vaccine thing is something that I do worry about, with them potentially putting on a no-fly list. I think that there is certainly, maybe a risk for that. In regards to Fuentes, though, I mean, the thing of it is he is still on Twitter, as people have pointed out, and I'm surprised that he is still on Twitter.
Oh, I'm shocked too. I mean, he's a bit more strategic, where he'll sometimes delete edgier tweets like a few hours after posting them, but he doesn't really do it that much. But I'm surprised he's still on Twitter. I have to admit, I'm impressed that he can last this long with his notoriety and the things he says. But They took him off DLive, they took him off YouTube, they took him off Airbnb, I think, and a few other things. He's been deplatformed big time, and that's why he was trying to go to this big tech censorship rally and protest to demand that DeSantis put the necessary amendments in the bill. And this is just the bigger picture here. And the silence from a lot of conservatives tells you a lot about those people.
Well, you know why these conservatives
and Sean, I mean, I hate to say this, but I would say leave that to the Floridians or you know, and whatnot. I do not want Nick Fuentes as part of a conservative movement, and I've been very, you know, I've been open about that. I don't consider I'm a conservative. I never have. You know, he should have thought twice maybe before January 6th.
Yeah, but there's no reason he should be on a no-fly list. I mean, you can love or hate the guy, but there's no reason he should be on it.
If he is on the no-fly list, the reason he is on that no-fly list is the same reason all these idiots are, because they're stupid. They can't keep their mouths shut. They intentionally provoke things in order to have this reaction. I'm not believing. I can't see any of these doomsday scenarios coming to pass where all conservatives are not going to be allowed to fly or all conservatives are going to be censored. That is never going to happen.
Oh yeah, no, you'll have your cuck conservatives. They can go and fly. That's fine. They don't care if, you know, George or Jeb Bush flies.
Well, and you'll have the majority of the population that doesn't care about politics also unaffected. I mean, it's not the only people who are affected by these things are the loudest morons that are out there. Fuentes is one of them.
He shouldn't be on no-fly list.
All right, so here's my thing. Who cares if it's just the people who are allowed? Like, they have a freedom of speech. They shouldn't be affected. The fact that we even have a no-fly.
Well, no, they don't. The freedom of speech has nothing to do with being able to fly.
Well, okay, so you can't fly. What if you have a job that requires you to fly? Up, you can't have a job. Up, you're too bad. What if you have family in Europe, and you know they're on their deathbed? Up, too bad. The government doesn't like you. Up, it sucks.
Yeah, you should have thought about that before.
You should have thought about that before. Social media. We have freedom of speech in this country. You know, we shouldn't be like in
freedom of travel too, freedom of movement.
We should have freedom to travel. If you're
is that in the Constitution? You have the freedom to get on a plane.
Oh yeah, they have the freedom of travel in the Constitution before they had the fucking airplanes. Yeah, that's
okay. Okay, well,
that's the big brain.
You guys are the ones that said it.
Well, to kind of play devil's advocate, though, this does bring in another thing that I've been railing about for the past couple of years, which is, okay, Nick wants to complain about censorship from, you know, not being able to travel. Take it up with the people who wrote the Patriot Act. That's the real, you know, problem here is, you know, the Patriot Act in regards to the airlines and the fact that we've.
Oh yeah, the Patriot Act's bullshit, but the no-fly list has been that's been a thing way longer than the Patriot Act, and
yeah, but I mean the no-fly list got drastically affected by Sean, and like all I'm saying is that like you know maybe is the general perception here seems to be that the right wing incited terrorism on January 6th. I'm not saying that that's what happened, okay? But that's how the normies perceived it, and so therefore, because of that, Nick and all these other people are going to be classified as terrorists.
Yeah, and that's the problem. It's such bullshit.
What crime did Nick commit?
None.
What crime did he commit?
He hasn't been charged with anything.
Yeah, that's my thing. If you want to go and make it so certain people who, you know, aren't allowed to go on a plane, you know, based on evidence, you know, charge them with something. And give them a means to go and contest that in court. With the no-fly list, you have no way to contest it. You have no sort of method to you can't even see if you're on it unless you like it's a guessing game. You had to go and, you know, spend money, go to these airlines, waste your time. and there's no appeals process, which is bullshit. Honestly, like it's one thing if you do that too for like a foreign national, but in the United States, we have a Bill of Rights. We have, certain things.
Well, and it's
So,
the same thing with freedom of speech. People like to say, oh, well, it's only the Nazis that can't speak. It's only the Nazis that can't travel, which Nick obviously isn't a Nazi, but they always start these extremes. But the problem with the logic with that is the left calls us all Nazis. They're not calling us all terrorists. So, yeah, you're going to start with your Fuentes and your Alex Jones maybe or some other people, but the line's going to keep moving. We're seeing it with tech censorship. First, it's Milo. Next, it's Alex
I disagree
Jones.
with that. I don't think that's going to happen.
Oh, absolutely it will. Absolutely.
I'm
Why would
I'm
it
curious-
not if they can
I'm
keep getting
curious
away
to-
with it? When the state has unlimited money, unlimited power. Well, it's limited power, but with this particular thing, they can put anyone on it. If they can put Nick on, they could put me on. I mean, they could put anybody that was at January 6th on. They could put so many people on there, and that's what's terrifying about. Will they put every Republican on? Of course not. It's not an all or nothing thing. But it will be significant people, influential people, people that, look, what if they put Trump on there? What if they put Trump on the no-fly list? Can't do his rallies.
I don't
got
see
his own
them.
planes.
I don't see them putting on the form. I don't see them putting the former president of the United States on a. I mean, if
He has his own plane, doesn't he?
He does, but most people don't.
Yeah.
What are we gonna do? Create our own airline? Create our own TSA? Create our own government? Create our own country? Like,
you're not even allowed to create your own airline. Like you still have to go and follow the TSA rules. There is no alternative to that. That's one of the reasons why this no-fly list is particularly bullshit. You can't even make your own alternative.
And I mean, I think we all can agree here that the Patriot Act and the no-fly list, to a certain extent, is BS. But
yes.
what I'm
Okay, so regarding the no-fly list, I just looked it up right now, and it says that it can be verified whether someone is on a no-fly list or not. It says that if you are a U.S. citizen or lawful permanent resident, and the TSC determines that you are on the no-fly list, AHS TRIP will send you a letter informing you of your status on a no-fly list and providing the option to submit and receive additional information. So Nick would know whether he is or not. We could find out that. He could just show the paperwork.
Yeah,
he could prove it, in other words. But I would think that if he's able to know about it, it should be public knowledge. So you could probably FOIA that information. But it's also saying that there is an appeals process. So
yes, that's true. Yeah, and he's looking into avenues, I know, to figure this out. But he said he was never notified. He knew even when he went down to Florida for, what was it, CPAC, he knew he could fly then, and he considered doing it, but he decided to drive for multiple reasons. But he did not know about it, and
so wait, I'm confused. He knew he was on the no-fly list.
No, he didn't. He didn't
No, he
until a few days ago, and he tried to go down to Florida.
But all we have to go on is Nick's word, and
there's video.
There's
video. There's video.
I'm saying it's something that, according to this, should be able to be proven one way or another.
Wait, didn't that
so until he shows that document, we have to take his word for it that he is on the
take the word
no-fly
of
list.
TSA. They told him on video. It's on his Twitter.
Wait, Sean,
Mhm.
didn't that Robert Casey guy or whoever the other guy make that allegation like a couple
Patrick,
months ago?
yes.
Too?
Yeah, I was telling that to a friend of mine who's close to these people. I said, wow, Patrick was right again? Yeah, that's what Patrick said. But Nick says he didn't know this. Maybe Patrick is a Fed, and that's why he knew. Wouldn't surprise me. But, like, see, the thing to me that makes no sense, because some people say there's a no-fly list, is he was not allowed to go on any airline. Any airline. He has it on video. It's on his Twitter. He wasn't allowed to go on any airline.
Yeah, again, video. I mean, come on, guys. There's legal documentation that, I mean, according to what's just been read, that he could show. Like, I mean, video means all kinds of things and can have all sorts of context. Of course, I haven't seen the video, but I'm assuming that he's being told by TSA agents that he's on a no-fly list. No, you can't.
Well, they
can't
tell him
board,
they
you know.
can't tell him. Like, that's the thing about no-fly lists is, like, they can't confirm or deny. But they did tell
Well,
him you
he-
can't go on the plane.
But he can, though. That's the thing. So instead of confirming or denying, we're stuck here debating, and you're convinced, and other people aren't. I mean,
Well,
there's
I
reasonable
don't
doubt
see.
on both sides.
I don't know where Scorpio found that thing where they mail it to you. Like,
I've never heard of that.
I've never heard of that. That doesn't make sense. Like, I've always understood the no-fly
Why
list
would
as
it not make sense? Why do you?
Are they
I
gonna?
mean, y'all are coming from this position that the government is this big shadowy organization, and I can understand you feeling that way, but it doesn't. Real life doesn't really work like that.
I mean,
do
what
not
government
mail
document
let me
is
put
mailed?
the
talk to the feds,
let me
talk to
put
the
the link.
FBI. Do you know
Yeah,
how
no,
many
they
people-
don't mail that shit to you. I've never heard of that. I've heard where they will go because they fucked up people's names before. They might not even have your address. Like the entity that's doing this, they might just have your name or an alias.
Yeah, I mean the
They have
government.
your social security number enough to block you from fucking getting on a plane.
Yeah.
Apparently,
Yeah,
I
they
mean,
know who you
okay,
are.
they know who
they're
the fuck
keeping
you
you
are.
from
They've
flying.
gotten
Government
that wrong
document.
before.
What government document
I
don't you
think
get in
there's
the
a
mail?
senator who was put on a no-fly
Senator
list.
Kennedy was denied boarding a flight because his name was similar to an alias found in no-fly list. That's from 2004.
Well, found similar to be an alias, but he was proven not to be, and therefore didn't receive any documentation. Perhaps Nick Fuentes is in a similar situation, and instead of confirming or denying that, just lets everybody gets their wheels all spun up about the big bad, obviously not good government and all their overreach, which they're certainly doing in many ways. But
I
Well,
don't think anyone.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if there's more to the story. Like, don't get me wrong, but this is still something that I think people should be talking about because I mean, the no-fly list is bullshit to begin with in many ways, so it's scary, and people should at least think of, even if this turned out not to be true, realize that this is something that could very well happen.
I don't think anyone is denying that the government is way, is way over,
Powerful.
way out of bounds,
Overreaching.
is way overreaching in many ways. And I mean, Scorpio and I, all of us have talked how there is a lot of fear porn from the government and from both parties. But all I'm saying is I'm not sure that I mean, there could be a case to be made still that, someone like Nick Fuentes, just because he is in questionable states with the airlines, doesn't mean that all of us are now doomed.
Well, yeah, but
hold
when
on,
you
time out.
become
Hold on,
a public figure...
Hold on, time out. Before you, because I know where you're going with that, but let's say removing entirely, just like anybody else on the planet could happen to, that tries to get on a plane and has a name similar to an alias that's on the no-fly list and is denied access and can get video on camera and post it all over Twitter, or not. That could happen to anybody. I guarantee you that has happened to normal citizens, but they're not Nick Fuentes with a platform claiming all of the things that they claim. It's a
Yeah,
They
I
have
mean that
happened to
kind of stuff
Marines.
happens all the time. This is
Exactly.
something that most people don't deal with, being on a
They-
no-fly list. But
they had
it's
a
the same
Marine.
thing as
They had a
It's the
Marine
same
going
thing as
back from the
having a-
war who got put on the no-fly list and they couldn't get shipped home. Like, that's bullshit.
Yep.
it's
And
the same thing as having trouble getting your license. You deal with the
No.
shit
No.
that happens, and then you go through the steps to get it rectified. And maybe if he finds out that he is deserving of being on that list, which again we don't know if he is or not.
Nick is not a terrorist.
If he's deserving of being on the list, then they need to go and throw him in jail or put him on trial. If
Yep.
he's not able to be charged with anything, he should not be on that list.
Well,
But
airlines
it
aren't a
doesn't
government body,
have
though.
anything to do with being a criminal.
Yeah,
Well,
it's
yeah,
not
it
like a
does.
body.
Being a
Well,
terrorist is a criminal offense.
Again, though, this goes back to the whole thing of the Patriot Act, and there are so many shadow laws on the books in regards to 9/11 and the whole Patriot Act, that we don't really know what's going on. Even there's so
Again,
much.
Sam, I feel like this whole conversation is spun around a narrative that is because Nick Fuentes is Nick Fuentes. We have no fucking idea, and it could be, if it turns out that it's because he's said some things on the internet, then I would agree that that's not great. But
No, it's awful.
I mean, boats still fucking exist, dude. So do cars.
Yeah, he's gonna boat
You
to
can go wherever
Florida.
the fuck you want.
He's gonna
Why the
boat
fuck
to
not?
Florida.
Why the fuck not? How much money do you think he's made?
He's
living
in
these monsters?
Illinois.
Do you know how long that takes to go and take a
Well,
fucking
he's got.
Dude, he's in Illinois. He can't boat to
I-
Florida. He would have
He
to
could
I don't
drive.
think- yeah, he can drive.
Yeah, and that would take you what, like
Cars, too.
5 days? Like, come on, that's so
No, it
impractical.
doesn't take
Go to
5
Florida
days.
It would take you like fucking 10 hours, maybe.
All right,
Driving
now
speed
let's
limit.
say that he's, let's take the fact that this is Nick Fuentes out of this. This is, let's say, your average Joe. They have a job. They're required to go travel for that job, and they're expected to do it in a timely fashion. You're gonna get your ass fired if you are put on that list because you
Why
can't
would you
make
get?
your
Well, so why would the average Joe with the job that requires that travel be put on that list?
because they had a similar name to someone else.
Okay, so then they could appeal it and prove that they're not that person, and it could eventually fly again.
Yeah, and
mean,
by
they
the
might-
time that
Yeah,
they
by the
win,
time you do that, your job's gone. You're screwed.
Well,
Yeah,
You mean,
Well,
okay, so
the
you mean the
government-
government intervention wouldn't save your job? What the fuck planet do you guys live on? Come on. If the,
Well,
go-
well,
the
not
government
necessarily.
claims you're a terrorist.
Well, yeah, what are you gonna
You
tell
don't
your
make it to
employer?
work, and then prove
What's your
you're
employer
not.
gonna think?
I mean, what the
Oh yeah, by the way, boss, I'm on the no-fly list. Oh yeah, don't worry about it. You come
But
back
no,
next week.
oh, no, it would be, by the way, boss. There's been some misunderstanding of my identity, and I've been identified as a terrorist. And then later,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
you're not that
Yeah,
fucking
they're gonna
terrorist,
believe you.
and you're you who you've always been.
Yeah,
And
they're gonna.
it's a government fuck up, which happens all the time, all the time.
Yeah, your boss is gonna believe that when you have a deadline
Yeah, I'm-
due, like the next day.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm
You're
Mohammed
right, I'm the-
Al-Mazura, and I'm not a terrorist.
Well, yeah, they even
Yeah,
found a
Michael
guy who
Jordan
was
was-
apparently like basically black. The government was trying to go and blackmail him into what was it,
Yeah,
like
that's a good
spying
idea.
on like a mosque or something. It was it was a Muslim guy, and they were like trying to go and turn him into an informant. And when he refused, he found himself on the no-fly list. And I think the ACLU actually took up that case,
Yeah.
and it's been going on for years, and it's still in litigation. It's not a fast turnaround process. Like, this stuff takes years and thousands of dollars to lawyers, and then you won't even get your money back. It's not
Yeah.
something that the average person, even if they were put on there inappropriately, can have any sort of recourse with. It's a bullshit system, and it doesn't even work.
And by the way, I checked on Wikipedia. The ACLU has long criticized the no-fly list and similar lists because of the lack of notification to persons included on such lists.
That's the link that I put in the server. That's where I got the information from.
Yeah, so they don't notify people is what it sounds like.
The fact that they notify people, I got it from the ACLU's website.
The ACLU says that when you're on the no-fly list, you get notified.
Yeah, I put the link in the show prep links.
All right, I'll check that
Yeah,
out.
Like most government documents, they mail it to your government address. Like literally every government document gets mailed to you. I mean, I don't know why that. I mean,
Look,
that's not government. Oh, that's not government, I guess.
Look, I can tell you from personal experience, and this is actually a pretty funny story in retrospect, but I didn't get put on no fly list, but I got pulled out of a TSA line once because when they were swabbing my manual wheelchair, they found.
Disavow.
Okay. Now, God damn it, now you're gonna put me on a no-fly list. Damn it. No, but anyway, yeah, the manual rape chair, as Apex calls it, got pulled out of line because I rolled through some, I guess when I was in my dad's garage, like I rolled through some motor oil, and when they swabbed me down, that motor oil registered, and oh geez, when you know it, motor oil is explosive, and whatnot.
You're gonna blow the plane up,
So,
Sam, with your wheelchair.
I mean, that was kind of the logic
Akbar.
that they were. So, look, I'm not disagreeing with you guys that it's. I'm not disagreeing with you guys that the government can't be retarded, and I'm not saying that Nick Fuentes necessarily should be beyond. I'm not even sure I'm disagreeing with you, but what I am disagreeing with is a lot of people on Twitter who are saying, "Oh my God, Nick Fuentes did nothing wrong. He's a good boy." And
Did he
Well-
violate the law?
Nope.
It doesn't matter if you're a good person or a shit person. Did you commit a crime and are being charged with a crime?
I mean,
Nope, he's not.
not
I don't think anybody's saying that.
I
Nobody's
know
saying that he. No, I'll go as far as to say is I don't consider Nick a terrorist.
I don't consider him one either, but I do know that he's being investigated.
He is being investigated by the feds, yes.
And I also know that because of the Patriot Act, there is, I don't know if it's public anymore, but I do know that there is I know that there is in some section in there, and maybe I shouldn't be repeating this publicly, but I do happen to know, based on what I've heard from people, that you can be pulled off of you can still be put on a no-fly list if you're under investigation for that sort of thing.
Which would make sense.
Yo, what's this? From the ACLU, I refused to become a FBI informant, and the government put me on the no-fly list.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised at all.
Is this Patrick Casey? No, it's not. Oh.
Is that the headline?
No, this was a
Are you
Muslim.
going to read any more? Or is
Well, it's a long
Yeah, he
one.
took the bait. You know, he said.
It wouldn't surprise me. And like I brought up the Muslim example, you know, with the job situation, because let's bring the leftist argument to this. What if people are like stereotypical and biased towards you, and they don't believe that you're this, you know, other alias, like your employer, and then that's where you lose your job. But like with Nick, he's fortunate because, like, in one regard, because he is his own entity, but part of his job is like traveling around the country doing stuff, and he was prevented from doing that from each airline he tried. So if he's not on a no-fly list, though, like, what is he on?
Well, see, I think he should be able to go and have legal redress against the government at that point for lost wages.
I hope so.
If they're not going to charge him with anything.
Because he hasn't been
That's
charged
only
with
fair.
anything. He is just living his normal life. He knows he's being investigated by the feds. So I assume he's gotten a visit by them, maybe. He knows that, and he's had a bank account frozen with 6 figures in it, and now he can't fly in the country. Can't fly out of the country.
He had somebody donate him a shitload of Bitcoin recently too, didn't he?
Yeah, that's what
Yes.
I was thinking. I mean, he's involved in some shady shit.
You
or
can't
at
access
least
your
it
bank account.
appears shady.
Yeah.
When you
That does
can't
appear
access a
shady.
normal bank account, you kind of have to go and use some shady things to even. Do
No, well,
anything.
that was
that
after.
the fact.
Yeah, that was after
Yeah, that
the
was
fact.
after the Bitcoin donation. It was like
I
fucking.
don't-
What was
was
it?
it
I don't
after?
even remember.
Yeah, it was,
believe
and I
so,
think
yeah.
that's one of the reasons why they froze it. It was like 250 grand from I think a French donor
Yeah.
or something like that. So
That's what I was gonna say. 250 grand in Bitcoin.
Why are the frogs sympathetic to Nick? I thought Nick.
What?
I'm sure.
uh,
I'm sure it's not a real French person. Probably a Russian.
I thought Nick hated the French. Hey, and boy, I'm on the roll here. I'm
well, it's
arguing-
Sam. It's America first, unless you got
Hey.
a $250,000 to give him.
Mhm.
What's up, guys?
Yo,
going on?
Hey,
let's go.
Phil.
Let's go.
What's
Oh,
up?
good.
Hey,
Oh, good.
Hey.
Now it's 3v2.
yeah.
I came in here to.
Did you hear that Nick Fuentes had sex with somebody while he was on his last flight before he was put on the no-fly zone?
Is that true?
Yeah,
Who did he have sex with?
yeah, and his butthole is still hurting.
God.
Disavow. Actually, no, you two might be cool with that.
Scorps, this is Phil, who is actually
Probably
older
Catboy Casey or whatever.
than
So,
you.
Phil.
And Phil is our resident veteran on this program.
Let's
So,
go. Salute the troops. Thank you for your service.
Thanks for the support.
Fuck the troops, man. Sorry.
They're all pigs.
Disavow Gamma. Disavow.
Yeah.
He just is it me? I mean, seriously, is it me or does Nick Fuentes look like he looks like somebody that would like stalk the fucking airline fucking girls on the flight or whatever. Like should they be nice? He looks like the type of guy that would like you know how the stewardesses are all nice to you or whatever. Would you like some extra? Would you like some extra peanuts or whatever? And then he'd be the guy that's like, oh, she's the one for me. Oh, and then fucking try to. He'll be like looking up her fucking.
To get banned, to get put on the no-fly list for grabbing one too many stewardesses' asses and taking pictures up their skirts and shit. Like it's happened like a dozen times. Incidents
like,
where they follow them into the fucking.
And he looks like the kind of guy that would like stalk her Facebook and shit and all the personal information, and then send flowers at all the weird times and shit. Like
take flights to nowhere when he finds out her schedule, just to make sure he's.
I was on 80 different flights and I still couldn't find her.
My frequent flyer miles are so high right now, guys. You have no idea.
Sorry, I mean, look, I'm just saying, maybe Nick Fuentes is right. Maybe he's on the no-fly list. Maybe he's all that.
Maybe he's retarded and a rapist, though.
Or
too.
maybe he's just a really weird person, and maybe he shouldn't be flying planes. That's all I'm saying. All of those are legitimate possibilities.
Mm-hmm.
I will say, even though he's grown on me, I think he can be a valuable ally.
Cancer.
I think he did some gay shit at some point in his life.
Sean,
I got those vibes.
I think
Gavin's right on that.
Who Nick?
And I have nothing against the gays, but Nick, his speaking out against homosexuals is a little odd.
Yeah,
I disagree with it.
I don't see him.
What did y'all think of the Cammy date? The 12-hour date?
Ooh, yeah. Let's
It
talk
was
about that.
weird.
Yeah, the Catboy Cammy thing.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah,
weird. Okay, hot take.
He's never I've never seen him around with any females of any kind, like whatsoever.
Yeah, the Groypers need to get
It
laid.
feels like he probably went to he became gay after like years of rejection. It's probably one of those types. You know, you get some gays that are like, you know, biologically like, look, I'm just a different person. Or like you get some people like, yeah, this is somebody that's probably gotten rejected at every fucking level in life. And it's like, you know what? Screw you guys. I'm gonna like guys now.
Well,
Yeah.
I here's the thing though. Of all the Groypers, he's the best looking. He could get chicks. He's got the charisma. He could do it. He could do it. I don't know why he isn't doing it, but he could do
that's
it.
a little.
Whoa, you gay, bro?
No.
No, he's not bad looking.
Hey,
Like, let's be
I'm
real
using
over here.
objective standards.
Objective.
Sean, how could you? I thought we had something special, bro. I thought we had something special, bro.
Sam.
Yeah, he called it this thing of ours.
Sam,
This-
we'll talk
this-
after the show. We'll deal with it off air. Don't bring personal matters out into the open like that.
This is the best show
The
ever.
Apex Sammy and Sean love triangle. Let's go.
Oh, we have room for
No,
a
nigga, I'm the
third?
one.
I
I'm the one
think
filming and taking in all the money.
We have room for
Y'all do what you
4 or
want.
5 if you really want.
He just comes off as really like he just comes off as really angry all the time too. He's like that, like the mannerisms speak like I haven't gotten laid like ever, and maybe the hint of vagina might maybe calm me down just a little bit.
Yeah, maybe he wouldn't be on this no-fly list if he got laid every now and then.
Well,
Yeah.
even Gavin
Yeah.
had the funniest speech at like one of these CPAC after parties where he's like, we have like the conservative here, the Republicans, trad people. We have the Groypers, and you know what, Groypers? I agree. Israel does get too much money, but you guys get too little pussy. And he just like went into this rant about like getting laid, having fun in your youth, building a family. And I was like, that's one thing that's so true about a lot of these trad people, is that they're not very trad. And that's something Nick should take him up on. Get a lady, go out on some dates, have some pizza together.
The only legit trad wife I know is in my community, and that would be Sunny from the Interest of Stuff live stream / podcast. So
Wait, are you being serious? Doesn't she have like a sailor's mouth and heavy drinker?
I mean, I didn't say she's perfect, but she is. I'm saying she's a trad wife compared to all these other posers. So she's more of a trad wife than Lauren Southern, who, when you post her pic the other day, I thought you were posting like a picture. You might as well have posted a picture of Branded Love or something like that at that point. So.
Oh, is that in the Titfield report?
Yeah. I can't show on stream, but
Sam, if you rename your show to that, your sub count would just double magically in a few days, and I don't know why it would, but it just would.
Because people like tits, man. Even Oster,
shit.
The gay.
Oh, do we
I'm
have
gonna
a new
take my leave
challenger?
now.
No.
Y'all have a great evening.
No.
Yeah.
You
The impromptu debate is about to begin.
Yeah,
Later,
what should we
niggas.
debate about? What's grinding our gears? What's something that can be
Do we have an
bloody?
introduction? I don't think I've met this person yet.
I don't think I've
Oh, do
even
we all need to tell our favorite colors, where we're from, our names? We can do that.
Yeah, let's go to the icebreaker like a fucking Dr. Phil.
Improv games.
Dude, that's my biggest pet peeve is icebreakers. That term just irritates me, and what you do in them irritates me even more. It's like, oh guys, we're new here. Let's do an icebreaker. Yeah, what are we gonna do, kids? We're gonna do two truths and one lie. Oh yay! It's like, okay.
That's human resources, so they can do busy work. I'm pretty sure.
So they can call it work hours.
That is human resources. So,
should we do the IQ debate? Should we start off hot and spicy with that?
Oh,
Already consider the debate a success because Apex left.
Oh, throwing some shade there early on.
Well, I'd like to get I'd like to hear what Faggot Bear has to say about the Nick Fuentes no fly thing.
You're telling me it is an expert witness on sodomy? Is that what's happening?
Dude, somebody give this man a sub.
On a side note,
go ahead.
On a side note, do you see Stephen Miller started a defense fund or whatever?
Dude, that thing's so cool.
Yeah,
let's go.
He should. He should. I mean, I think he's trying to raise money for the wrong efforts. So honestly, I think if he started a fund that would give Groypers at least one free rub and tug at a massage parlor, I think that would help out immensely. Because a lot of
Why don't they just own the Patriots?
What? Oh, well, they're trying to score. They're trying to actually score here. That's the goal. If you own the Patriots, you're probably not going to score. Have you seen them last year? Holy God!
Have you seen that woman that gave Robert Kraft the rub and tug? I like it. If you're a billionaire,
I mean, come
already
on,
know what you're doing.
You got to make some sacrifices if you're a Groyper. Okay, you can't.
Well,
you're thinking that they think they're just going to walk right up to the fucking bell of the ball. That's not happening, right?
Okay, just out of curiosity, how many rub and tugs do you think are run by cat boys?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Look, money talks.
We're talking
Okay,
really niche businesses.
money talks. I get what you're saying. You're not wrong, but I'm saying money talks. All right.
I'm the proprietor of a Catboy Rub and Tug. Yeah, all right. That's like a worse business model than Bertaria, but okay.
Look, I'm not saying that it's, I'm not saying that it's maybe legal or anything like that, but I'm saying if it gets somebody to the, to the finish line, okay, no
To the
pun
apex.
intended, then, then maybe that would change their stuff a little bit. You got a lot of these dudes, so a lot of these groypers are like very
Short.
frustrated, right?
Short.
There's a lot of internal frustration going on in there.
Well, yeah,
Maybe
they're short.
That's how you become
know?
a fucking groiper. Yes.
that's
Like
yeah,
you
so
don't get that way because shit's going well in your life. You're not like, all right,
Yeah.
let's see. Good
So-
job, check. Hot wife, check. Oh, let's say, oh hey, Nick Fuentes. No. That's not how shit works.
so look, like give them a little bit of joy. Make a fun.
It's like being into
but-
being into Vox Day. Like you have to be divorced at least once before that shit starts to make sense to you. Like yeah.
Just get a rub and tug from a fucking a tranny that's missing teeth. Look, it could work. It could work. Okay, you just get to the finish line, and I think at least a couple of these people will be somewhat safe.
You know what's
mean,
funny is
They bust their nut like, what the fuck am I doing with myself? Jesus,
well, you know
I
what's
look silly here.
What's funny is that Nick would probably actually agree with us because he hates his fans, like unironically. Like when I watch his show or I listen to his call-in show on Fridays, he just hates his fans. Like when they super chat him, they ask like stupid questions. He just like gets angry. He's like,
That's pretty
"Argh, again."
Yeah, I mean that's
So-
part and parcel of the grifter vocation. All
Look
these
at that.
demagogues
Nick's a
hate their
grifter?
audiences.
Wait. Oh, there's a
Oh,
debate.
yeah.
Or maybe Nick Fuentes can get a dude hander or something. I don't know. Like I don't.
I think
Okay, no,
you
you don't
say
know
a
anything
lot
about gay
Nick.
sex, and that's part of your problem. No, no gay dude stops at a handy. Get the fuck out of here.
No, I'm saying,
How do you know?
I'm saying that the
How do you know?
possibilities, it could start as a handy and then maybe it'll work, with something else. I don't know. Look,
Also, Demaricon little means gay F bear in Spanish. And
You're going to say fuck?
No, I was gonna say the other word. I was
Oh,
gonna
you
say
mean the other F word?
yes, the one that Susan Wojcicki will certainly ban me for.
The cigarette word?
Well, no, I don't think you shouldn't say that word out of like because it's hateful or anything like that. Hell, it's one of my favorite words, but you shouldn't say it because it makes you sound like fucking Davy Crocco.
I say it all the time because it's one of my favorite words. Just to like, it's in one of my favorite Dire Straits. I mean, it's in Money for Nothing. So,
Good song.
but
Somebody should make a song called Grifter. That's such an overused word. I feel like it will become a song.
like, I think in order for any groyper to be a part of the national conversation, they have to be laid at least once. That is the
I
requirement.
actually agree.
right?
Like unironically,
You
I
wanna
agree.
you want to participate in this intellectual discussion, you at least need to have vagina at least once in your life. That's
Well, see, I
That's-
think a lot of these people, if we just bully them enough, we'll get them in the right direction. It's like they have the right ideas in some ways, tradition,
No,
family.
no.
Just need a
They'll
little-
think they're right. They have this persecution complex where if they think that if someone is making fun of them, that means they're over the target or some dumb bullshit like that. The lesson will never sink in. Nope, that's been tried.
I think they're the type. If you're nice to them, you're like, hey, I think you should lay off on the racial stuff a bit. Maybe not gay bash a lot. They're just gonna be like, fuck you. But if you like bully them into it, then they'll listen. Then they'll obey.
When have you seen that work?
Well, nobody bullies them. That's the problem. If you have to be a conservative.
I mean,
to do
that's
it.
kind of what we do, isn't it? On the GSK subreddit.
I mean, I bully them all the time, and I'm supposedly on their side. I carpet bomb their discords with
if
Playboy
you bully somebody and they're
centerfolds.
not watching, it doesn't matter. Like if you're bullying somebody and they don't see it, then
Exactly. Well, that's what I'm
Doesn't
saying. It's
matter.
like I've noticed that like if you want somebody to go in a certain direction, because I think these kids have some potential. Honestly, it's just they need to get laid, and I think Gavin had the right approach. Just bully them right in front of their faces at a giant after party. That's what he did. And maybe maybe they listened a little. I don't know. I've heard rumors about who some of these people may have slept with, but I don't have any confirmation.
You know, we need the where's the drunken abusive father when you need him, right? Just where's that guy? The one that's like, oh, you're not getting laid again. Here, let me take my belt off. You're getting a belting.
Well,
Like,
that's where Owen Benjamin comes in, but he's
no, I mean that's are you sure he spanks his kids or whatever?
well, I could make a joke, but it's gonna turn super dark.
He looks like he's too weird to fucking do that sort of shit.
Yeah, I think he's more of a neglectful type.
That's right. That's what I'm thinking. He's probably too busy finding some fucking weird shit or whatever.
He's already been visited by CPS. I mean,
his old lady's probably like, see, look, your son just got an F on his report card. Like, shut up. I'm trying to fucking give a report on Bigfoot in my fucking woods or whatever. Like, no.
jerk off to lightning.
Yeah.
I would actually did climb that once. That is one thing I wanted to ask. That is one thing I wanted to ask you about. Milo's intervention with said.
I think he's doing God's work. Need to fix someone, save him.
I think Milo figured out, as we all did, that Owen is a lost cause. So
did he? I didn't see the full thing actually.
It ended weak, I thought.
It was Owen's reaction afterwards that was particularly telling, and I know that.
Are you sure he wasn't joking?
Trust me. There are things that I thought that guy was joking about that he wasn't joking out.
Bruh.
Anyway.
On Wikipedia, it says after being banned from YouTube, Owen Benjamin started streaming on D Live. As of November 2020, Owen Benjamin and Nick Fuentes were the two highest earners on the site. No wonder why they banned them. That's so funny. Imagine you have a website, you start this like Twitch alternative, and you're like, yeah, it's gonna be fun, guys. We got PewDiePie on here. And who turns out to be your biggest earner? Owen Benjamin.
Oh, jeez.
Owen the moon landing's fake Benjamin. That's funny. Do we want to do the who is a grifter debate? Because I know that was causing some lightning last time. Do we think Owen's a grifter?
I think.
Yeah. Yeah, he definitely is.
I think we can all agree that Owen's a grifter. That's
grifter spotting for beginners.
If he's a grifter, then why isn't he in anything like big or successful? Because some grifters usually kind of play the game and get into more mainstream things or safer things.
Well, one, he's retarded. And two, no one said he was any good at it, but
so he's a fail grifter.
Yeah, you're trying to like you're trying, if you're grifting, you're trying to move into a direction that's like more beneficial to you.
Right.
Like I don't see, he just keeps getting weirder and weirder. I don't really call that grifting.
Well, what about the whole land deal thing? I mean, that's the biggest giveaway there.
Land deal? What's that?
The Bertaria land deal, where he told his people he was going to buy 10 acres of land, and he was going to set up some kind of campground. At one point, he was saying that it was going to be a place they could live when society crumbled. But he raised how much was it? I think it was $250,000 he raised, and he wound up buying the land, but he crawfished him. He didn't. He didn't let him stay there. He's not letting him camp there. He's not giving them anything for his money.
Mhm.
He definitely is a con
That's also
man.
not the first time he's done that either. He's sold them a bunch of shit and then not delivered on the actual physical product.
That's
But
that's the habit of
none
his,
dare call that a grift if you agree with the dumb
No.
conspiratard bullshit he says.
Yeah. I mean, he is the most. He is one of the weirdest of the weird. And people say, yeah, and it's funny that people still buy his bullshit. Like it's like, hey, I got this next idea. I bet he's like a great Avon salesman. Look,
he probably
leather perfume, man. You got to fucking buy it. Like, okay.
It's only $19.99.
His wife was a Lula. Apologies to the women in the chat. I have no Lula.
LuLaRoe. I think it's called LuLaRoe.
Yeah,
Gay expert on the topic here. It's LuLaRoe. Yeah.
However you say that, I'm too straight to be able to pronounce that properly.
What is a fucking LuLaRoe?
It's a multi-level marketing scam. Yeah.
Oh,
Cutco.
yeah.
Cutco,
Okay, yeah. Cutco, yeah.
We know. Oh, do we all agree that Cutco's a MLA marketing scam?
I probably don't even know what Cutco is.
Oh, well, we should educate.
That's
the
oldie timey.
people.
That's like from the 50s and shit, isn't it?
No, it's still going on.
This is a modern phenomenon. They sell. They literally they leech off of like poor ass college kids, in-debt college kids, and they're like, "Hey, you want to make a lot of money over the summer? Go sell knives and get your friends to do it too. You'll make even more money if you do that."
No, this is old. This is definitely old. They've gotten returning Mormon missionaries to do this shit for forever, but they might be expanding
They were
beyond
founded in
LDS.
1949.
But yeah,
Wow.
there you go. Yeah,
They set the record as the longest running scam.
yeah. And, Mormons love falling for multi-level marketing scams.
Oh, it's a Mormon thing. I knew it. Makes sense.
Well, no, Mormons. It's not a Mormon thing. Mormons are just the easy target.
Oh, it could be both. It could be
Easy prey.
bof. We know people that were
Yes,
not
because
Mormons.
similar to conservative pay pigs, if you just tell them the shit they want to hear, they'll do whatever the fuck you want.
Oh, you mean like liberal pay pigs will do the same thing, right?
Yes, pay pigs in general. Yes, but there's
Yeah,
it's easier to get the conservatives to part with their money because they have it.
Because we're successful generally.
I mean,
so
You have 11 viewers right now, Sam.
I
This is now.
13, and I'll
Oh, my bad.
and I'll get like 500, 600 downloads on audio. So yeah, I haven't sold out well enough. So
Here, what defines a grifter? What is the simple definition that we could all go by?
this goes.
Well, I gave you the definition last week, didn't I?
That was
I gave you links and everything. You
That
didn't
was
want
an
to.
essay. I need a dictionary sentence definition.
So someone that doesn't, or do you want me to do it, or you want?
Yeah,
him to
you
do it?
can pitch in.
So it's someone who wants to gain money out of a movement that they don't care about.
I was gonna say it's somebody that only cares about money and or fame. You know, that's all they care about. That's all they're doing it for.
It's not bad.
somebody who says they stand for something particularly, but is willing to change that particular thing for pleasure, profit, or personal safety.
Too. Oh shit! Did you come up with that yourself? Like that sounds like it's right out of the dictionary.
Yeah, I just
So-
came.
Oh, that's
pulled
pretty
that one off
good.
My ass. Yeah.
So all of Hollywood basically, then.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, they're whores. Like Hollywood's whores. Like they came in. They came in available to anything and anyone. Like they're not like really grifters because you have to actually stand for something at first to be able to. Like no Hollywood, they don't stand. They stand for they've always stood for the next part or the almighty dollar or whatever. Like that's not necessarily grifting. Grifting would require somebody to say that they're X and they stand for X and they're that X to the to the max, and then whenever something, more beneficial to them comes along, then they start, adopting that particular, thing.
Well,
But yeah, those are all definitely part of the three answers y'all gave. All definitely make up what a grifter is for sure.
Mhm.
But at the end of the day, it is what the dictionary definition is. They're con men. They're crooks. They're swindlers.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to put it in just a few words. But yeah, it definitely all those attributes y'all listed. That's definitely a part of the type of grifter that we're talking about. Because anybody could be a con man. I know I had a conversation with Sam one time. I think one of the first times I've talked to him, and he was asking me, "Well, what about politicians?" And I told him, well, all politicians are grifters. So
Mhm.
I mean, there's a lot of different different subcategories of these grifters, but the ones that we're talking about right now, I mean, this is what we're talking. They're crooks, but they constantly change their identity. They constantly have this dire cause that you need to be a part of, and you need to help support. This is all part of what we're talking about.
I have to ask, because you said Gavin was a grifter last time, Gavin McGinnis. How is he a grifter?
Well,
Are you
he's
familiar
the
with his
same
legal
way.
defense fund?
Yeah, he's the same way. He's got a lot of these shady things going on. He has his dire cause. He's fighting for whatever it might be. If he's fighting for your freedom of speech, he's fighting. Well, look at the name of his damn platform is called Censored TV. He's all about
Well, he has been
freedom of
censored.
speech. But yeah, but because he's an idiot. That's where we're at the beginning of the show.
Okay. People don't get put on no-fly list because they're idiots. They don't get censored because they're idiots. They get
Is he on
censored.
the
No,
no-fly list?
these people do.
No, they don't.
Is he on the no-fly list?
No, but my point is
Yeah.
his
There we go.
logic is
Okay,
like
I
whenever
just
somebody.
want to make that abundantly clear.
Yeah.
That just because one grifter is on the no-fly list doesn't mean like that we're on the slippery slope where everybody is. Thank you.
No, but
was-
Gavin wasn't banned from YouTube because he's an idiot. It's because YouTube has
But
a
he's
bias
still
against
on YouTube.
conservatives.
That's the
You
other
can go
thing.
on
All
YouTube
of
right
these
now and
fools
find
are
him.
Gavin's
That's
on
where I
YouTube.
last saw him. Yes, he is.
His official channel's
Yeah,
been
he-
banned.
But he's still there. It's just like
oh no,
Owen
he's
Benjamin.
monetized. Boo fucking who?
No, his
Like,
official channel isn't there.
Yeah,
Okay.
Then he is censored. He's not on Twitter anymore.
No, that's not
Yeah.
what censorship is. His message is still on YouTube.
No, it's not. Can you find his Joe Rogan episode
Oh
on
my God.
YouTube? Can you find
Probably, but I'll
his
find you
full channel
Gavin
on
McGinnis
YouTube?
on YouTube.
No, can you find this? I'll try and find it right now. Can you find his Twitter account?
This is the Whitfield Report Blood Sports edition. We're
No,
all-
actually,
good,
it's not
man.
because people are actually looking for factual like information in the midst of it, and yeah.
Yeah, let's see.
Doesn't
Gavin
qualify.
McGinnis. Channels. Oh yeah, it's
Wait, are you
here.
going for channels now? Because you just said you were going to look for his Rogan episode.
yeah, it's not there either. And his channel,
Okay,
I said
but
he's been censored. Like he's clearly been censored.
By who? By YouTube? I don't give a fuck.
Why? They're
And it's
silencing
not-
people
it's
that
not
represent
Because
us.
because your right to be monetized on fucking YouTube
It's
is
not
not a constitutional
monetization.
right,
He's
and I don't
off
give a
the
shit if they want to kick
platform.
off everybody to the left of to the right of Lindsey Graham. I don't give a shit.
You don't
Then
care
find
if
a different-
people are
I'll
getting
go on BitChute.
censored
I
on
don't
the
care.
internet
Is he
for
on
their
BitChute?
political views.
Has he been
'cause-
thrown in jail?
well, not yet. Roger Stone almost did.
Oh no, yeah, it's definitely gonna happen. Yeah. Oh yeah, they're coming.
They put Proud Boys in jail for
Okay,
self-defense.
okay. All right, look at what's going on in China. And do you think that is something that could happen in the U.S. with the social credit system and the police? Because we've already done a lot of the social credit stuff, like we were talking about earlier, with the no-fly list. Like that's been a part of the Chinese social credit system.
It already
Are you
is.
okay
You know
with
how
what
much
they do over
information
there?
Experian has about you?
Well, yeah, but that's completely different. That's actually a credit score that you get from, experience stuff. Like that makes sense. But this stuff that they do in China, it's not like, oh, your experience score. It's more like, oh, this is your score for, like if you're friends with the wrong people, they'll give you a detriment. Are you okay with that?
You don't think Experian will do that?
They don't care. I know how to get my credit score up. I did it. I rebuilt my credit score. I have like 800 now.
Yeah, you
You
can't
know,
do
and
that
I-
when you're
and I-
banned from YouTube or Twitter. You don't even know why you're banned.
You can't increase your credit score when you're banned from YouTube.
What?
Did you just say you can't increase your credit score when you're banned from YouTube?
No, I'm saying if you're gonna compare us to a credit score, if a credit score you can improve it. When you're banned from YouTube, you're done. You don't come back. You're permanently
You could
banned for
improve your social
life.
credit score in China too. I'm sure you can.
Yeah, you had to go
With
and
those-
suck off Xi Jinping to get increase that credit score. You had to go and do stuff like that and just praise the communist
Yeah, you
party.
have to go to a labor camp for a good 2 years, maybe 20. You know.
Yeah,
Have
they're
you been to China?
Okay.
Oh
I
yeah,
knew-
I would.
I'm not going
No,
to China. I
no,
know.
but I
Yeah,
no, but
I
I
would
do
love
have-
to go to
I do have-
China. It's gonna be real
I-
fun. I mean, they'll let me
I do
ride in the
have-
streets freely.
I do have a Chinese medical. I do Chinese acupuncture though. So
So are we gonna have another Hunter Avalon situation here? Like,
Yeah,
can we at least agree that YouTube is censoring conservatives with
I've never-
a strong bias?
No, because look, Gavin's Get Off My Lawn episodes are still current on YouTube. I'm looking at him right now. He's not censored from YouTube,
His channel.
He might not have
has
a channel there
been
personally.
banned.
but he is still on YouTube. It's the same as
No, it's not.
Owen Benjamin.
Oh,
He is
Oh,
there are
come
still on
on.
YouTube on
Come
various
on.
forms, in the form of mirror channels, in the form of clip channels,
What?
and in Owen's case, he has a damn channel there again. He has a channel
is
that he
a
personally
person
streams
has
on
been
every day.
censored. Gavin
Oh.
can't go on YouTube and upload whatever the fuck he wants. That's censorship.
well,
Oh my God, that's terrible.
I think
Yeah,
Definitely
is
the
terrible.
downfall of the West.
I think
yeah, this is how we kind of start losing elections.
I think,
Oh no,
President Trump was banned from
No.
Twitter.
not elections.
even
All right, if that's the
Even-
country you want, you can have it.
even the
Right.
president of Mexico admitted that the Trump's banning from Twitter was problematic. to
Yeah, because they're
use one
worried
of-
it sets a dangerous precedent. You ban the sitting
mean,
president at the
Not
time.
only that, the pendulum will always swing the other way. It always tends to swing the other way. When it goes into one direction, it'll eventually swing to the course of whatever is most beneficial to whoever owns the pendulum. So like YouTube, right? It's going to be, who's to say that it doesn't start targeting liberals down the road? Like,
I hope
Who's
it
to say-
does. Good.
What happens when it targets?
Well-
Well, you're fine. Wait. Why are you good with that? Because I'm good with it probably for a different reason. But why are you good with that?
I'm not.
No, I was saying the guys.
I mean-
I didn't know who was talking, but they said
Yeah,
it was good.
so.
Oh no, I think it would be good. Go ahead. Ban that. Like if you have rules, then apply them to everybody, and then everybody can whine all the time. And think that it's their constitutional right to be monetized on fucking YouTube.
It's not
like Crowder does.
monetization. It's being able to have a freaking account.
Okay, he just showed you that Gavin's still
No,
allowed
he's
through
not.
various means to be on YouTube,
Dude,
and if they're not
Yeah,
banning
and
him
I
on
think
Twitter,
I
then
think we're
really
we need to
talking about
define.
monetization.
Dude,
And
he does.
I don't give a
Gavin
fuck.
does
Like
not.
I really don't give a shit about these people and their
So-
super chats. I'm sorry, it's not
We-
a conservative
It's
thing.
not-
It's not a liberal
it's
thing.
not
It's not
about
a fucking
super
free speech
chats.
thing. Like,
It's about.
We
It
need
is
to
about
come
super
to an
chats.
agreement on what censorship is. That's where we're having a misunderstanding. Gavin is not censored if his videos are still allowed on YouTube. That's not censorship. That's just
But-
given that his
No,
channel
they're
is
not.
banned
Are
itself,
his videos
that's
even
just
allowed?
lip service.
Or are people just bypassing the rules?
They're flying.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's just lip service. Gavin himself
No.
getting his channel removed is the lip service. If his message is still on YouTube, he is not censored.
Yeah, he
Right, but
is, because not
letting-
everything's on there. He can't put whatever he wants on there.
Well, it's even worse because people
He
can go
doesn't have
wrong.
that right. He doesn't have the right to put whatever he wants on there. But he is not censored, given that his videos are still on YouTube.
Here, you want a better example? Alex Jones. There was an interview he did
go-
with.
I see a lot of Alex Jones on YouTube also.
No. Listen, he did an interview with a comedian on there, and that got pulled down because Alex.
You're
Jones
not talking
was
about
in it.
ROTC, are you? Mersh is not a comedian.
No, it's this dude that's in
No.
Florida. Actually, I forget his name. I can.
Yeah, that's the idiot, Mersh.
Mersh.
Okay, why do you care if people are idiots? Like,
Yeah,
why
is that your big breaking
this
point?
person's stupid. This person's stupid. You know what? You know, they probably
I
probably
don't
say-
care. They have that right to be stupid. Are you the
Yeah,
are you,
well, you're
are you
saying
the idiot
that-
defender? Or?
It's
Okay,
just a-
can we agree if there are really complex terms of service that have a whole lot of complex rules, then you might need a little bit of
Here's the-
intellect in order to figure out know what you can and cannot say. And if you're a fucking moron, you might be more likely to get banned.
Look
I mean,
at-
they're complex. It's that they're not like set in stone. They're not.
They're vague.
You know, you can have a complex legal
So they're
document.
complex.
So here's the definition of censorship: the suppression or prohibition of any parts of books, films, news, etc., that are considered obscene, politically unacceptable, or a threat to security.
Yeah, that's Alex Jones and every conservative that's been censored. Yep.
Can we at least all admit that YouTube has banned some ridiculously dumb shit that shouldn't be banned, like among all
%.
fronts, basically.
I mean, you keep doing
I can't think of any examples, but sure.
Does anybody
Yeah, I
think
heard-
Alex Jones should have been banned from YouTube?
I feel like
I don't
it's
care.
okay if
Like,
it's okay. Like for me, it's okay if YouTube has rules or terms of service or whatever. But they
Right.
have to be but they really need to be applied equally. Like if
Yes.
you either apply them equally or don't have any terms of service at all. Like that's your, that's a stand. Like and the one of the recent terms of service that bother me is something that they have the right to remove anything that they feel is not commercially viable. Well,
That's us.
I mean, well, what's commercially viable, right?
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of subjective terms in there, subjectively vague terms that can be can be construed in multiple ways. And I mean, if you give some of these, like, Bay Area liberals the ability to frickin', if you're going to let them be the arbitrators, then of course they're probably going to lean in a particular political direction.
Oh, they lean
Whereas-
hard in that direction.
Right. But
And-
I'm saying,
I think what's important is, like, I hear one guy saying he doesn't care about that. I think we should all care about this, right?
yeah, of course we should care, because the pendulum will always swing the other way. I mean, it always tends to swing the other way.
can you have free speech without YouTube?
Yes, but here's the other problem though too. So I'm glad you brought that up. YouTube is a major corporation. They're pretty much like I mean, they're a global multinational corporation.
See, I don't like the ability. Good thing you brought that up, Sam. I don't like how people call the social media like these private companies. I don't consider them private companies. These are
Yes.
publicly traded corporations with
Yes.
government subsidies that are used for governmental purposes.
And they're
like
all
all of them,
oligopolies.
each of them have government accounts.
How much
and
government
all that
subsidies did Twitter get?
stuff. Let me see.
I'm going to need a
Let me
source on
pull-
that one.
Let me. I'd have to.
Yeah,
pull
I'm
it
not
up.
saying
Well,
it
I'd have to
happened,
pull up
I'm
the
just saying I don't know
financials.
about it.
More
But they have
importantly,
government
they're-
accounts. But they have government accounts that publish government information
That's
on their
true.
accounts. So
Like Donald Trump, and they removed him.
And what percentage of the population is on Twitter?
A lot.
Really?
probably
You think
not.
you think it's a? Can we look that up?
Bro, Twitter's like one of the biggest platforms.
Well, when you could, yeah. I
Facebook
mean,
is
about
the
7%.
biggest.
Facebook has
Yeah,
over
well,
2
we're
billion.
just talking about Americans,
Facebook
right?
has a lot. Twitter doesn't.
Twitter has a lot.
They all have a lot.
Yeah, what do
know?
you? Why, and I have to ask more importantly, why don't you care about prominent
ABC
conservatives
seen
being
in what,
banned?
50% of households? Does everybody have a right to be on ABC?
What?
ABC is seen by 50% of households. Should ABC not have any editorial control over what goes on the air?
It's
That's
not
a
user
false
generated.
equivalency.
But that's
That
yeah,
makes no
okay.
sense.
that's a full, yeah.
Dude, I can't go on
Like, social
ABC. I can go on Twitter. They're two totally different things.
Okay, so just to answer that question somebody asked, it says that 22% of Americans say they use Twitter.
Yeah, it's a very big thing.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, look, people run their businesses on Twitter. People make their
Wait,
earnings
no.
on Twitter and Facebook. I'm working for a company, two companies that are doing that right now. Like, they have become important parts of our lives. The internet, especially, should be considered a utility if it hasn't already, and should be given civil rights protections for access for people. But I don't understand why you don't care about these people being banned. When the sitting president's banned, when prominent conservatives are banned, why don't you care about this?
Because it doesn't affect my life in the slightest.
Okay, see, that's where you're gonna end
and that's
up.
that's what I tried to explain to you last week. It doesn't affect
It does
anybody.
affect you.
It
These
doesn't affect
people-
anybody's life at the end of the day. Now, hold on. I got to correct myself because I'm seeing that it's saying only 7% of the population uses Twitter.
So
7%,
93%
just
of
7.
people do not give a flying fuck whether you're banned on Twitter or not.
See though,
When you guys get banned, I will laugh. I will just say that.
Okay, great. I'll laugh too. You know why? Because I've never I haven't tweeted in like 7 years or so. So if they ban me, it's going to be for who I follow. So it'll be like being blocked by Nick Fuentes.
Don't you think it's still wrong that the sitting president is banned from a platform where he can send his
He's
message
not.
out?
Look at Biden's account right now.
Okay,
No.
we're not talking
I'm talking about
Trump.
Trump.
You fucking retard.
I'm talking about Trump when he was going
You
through
just
the
said the sitting
impeachment trial.
president.
Well,
Did
at
you
the
not?
time he was a
A
sitting
sitting
president.
president.
We got you.
He was a sitting president. That's what I said. At the
and
time, he was a sitting president, and he was in an impeachment
the
trial,
election
and
too,
Twitter
by the
At the
took
time-
away
At
his
the time, he was
voice.
the sitting president. No, he still had his president account. They just took away his personal account.
No, they won't
they
let
took-
post the president
Yeah,
account.
they deleted his tweets when he tried to post on the POTUS account. Like, you don't know what
Okay.
you're talking about. I mean, clearly, Twitter is silencing conservatives, and they're affecting elections.
Then don't go on fucking Twitter.
Well, that still doesn't mean the elections aren't going to be affected. That just means you won't see it.
Have you heard of Social Galactic? You should try going on there.
Oh yeah,
I heard there's some great clean
oh gee.
And how are elections being affected if only 7% of the population uses it?
Everybody knows what Trump says on Twitter. They blast it on the news. It's everywhere. It's an
No,
influential
how are the
platform.
elections? How are the elections being affected with that minor amount of the population?
Dude, first of all, I don't believe that statistic. Secondly, Twitter has been used to influence public opinion. It's been used for
Okay, well-
campaigning. Trump's campaign
And
team
It's not
account was
just
banned.
Twitter, and it's not just Twitter either. It's
True.
Twitter, Facebook.
Facebook.
It's I mean, like Facebook is probably one of the most common used apps on the planet.
Yeah.
Like for businesses, political stuff, personal, whatever.
Look at it this way too. What if Trump wants to run in 24, which he could? He can't tweet. He can't post on Facebook. He can't reach people that way. That's how modern campaigns are done. That's what Obama started and Trump revolutionized. That's a significant disadvantage. Laura Loomer, she doesn't have a Twitter account. She doesn't have an Uber. She doesn't have a Facebook. She can't do
Okay, now
any
I'm
of the things
definitely
we can do.
favor
And
of
she was
Laura
trying to
Loomer's
run
on
for
Facebook.
Congress, and she
I
couldn't
mean-
reach people as effectively as she could because she was banned on all those platforms.
I mean,
The
Michael.
district she was running in, do you think that she stood a chance even if she had
Doesn't
every platform known to
matter.
man?
It doesn't matter.
Oh, okay.
Bruh, she was. How was she at on an equal playing field to her opponent who had access to all those things too?
I mean, also Michael
Well, her opponent was an
Tracy was
incumbent,
pretty far
first of all.
left.
You what? What'd you say?
Michael Tracy was pretty far to the left wasn't. It has been banned off Twitter too.
See,
So-
this is
When?
what's
When did that
happened.
happen? I didn't know that happened.
That
GSK
happened
normally
like
keeps me up on these things.
because GSK only pays attention to
Not
the-
true.
Like, do
I-
you want Twitter
when
deciding
was
your
Tracy banned? Can
elections?
you
Because
answer
that's
my fucking
ultimately what they're
question?
doing. Do you want Silicon
When
Valley
was Tracy
elites
banned and what for?
deciding
Can
your
someone
elections?
answer my question, please?
he was. I'm. Well, you said GSK doesn't inform you, so I'm just telling you that's that's why. But he was
Yeah,
banned.
we've talked about Michael Tracy before.
Yeah, we follow the Tracy beat pretty closely, honestly. I'm kind of surprised to hear this. I haven't been on Twitter in a while though.
I mean,
I'm one of the
might-
93%.
I mean, he might have been reinstated. But I know
There we
he's-
go. Okay.
Still though he was banned at one point. I know he's banned for talking shit about the Syria bombing when Trump drops bombs on Syria and and,
Here's
what's his
another
face?
thing I think that's important with tech censorship too. When I tried to share a censor.tv link on Facebook, it wouldn't let me do it. This happened about a year or so ago. Facebook and these other big tech companies aren't just censoring people. They're censoring literally websites, places you cannot even share on Facebook. They also censored
Shit,
the
I can't
Hunter
see
Biden
paywalled
story.
rage porn on Facebook. Damn.
What?
I can't see paywalled rage porn on Facebook anymore. What's this country coming to?
Well, you couldn't even share the Hunter Biden story too. Every social media major like Twitter, Facebook, they didn't let you share the story. That's directly affecting elections.
Oh, so I want to see your rage porn. That's what I.
Oh, I'm doing it right now.
I want.
It's just dudes who are under 300 pounds.
Yeah, and you rage on them, right?
Yeah, eat something.
Yeah. Let's see.
So what should we do? IQ next? I see the tech censorship was successful because we debated that I think IQ is the closest we can get to a standard measurement of intelligence, and Scorpio said not. Does anybody agree or disagree?
I think that IQ is part of
Definition, and it wasn't. That's what we talked about last week.
Yeah, well, yeah, I'd like to go and see what other methods that could be used for measuring intelligence are better than the IQ.
Well, I would posit being able to maintain a YouTube channel.
Oh, so that's okay. So that's measure of intelligence. Okay.
I think right-wing death squads are a measurement of intelligence.
Yeah, that seems.
Apex says kill the stream. No, bro.
No, I
You
just
come
I
back.
mean, it's getting spicy.
You come back.
Yeah, why
back here.
when I hear this, is he a pussy?
Yeah, man. Why do you want us censored? Why do you
We're-
want to take
we're
us down?
Apex, we're not killing in the stream. You come back in here. So you actually I gotta call Apex real quick. He ran away from the stream when Scorpio came on last week. So
Yeah, he didn't want any part of that cringe intervention.
Metal for
Okay.
Life in our chat says these guys debate worse than the people who think there are 1,000 genders. Boo. I don't know who she's talking about, but I would never say there are 1,000 genders, though. I'd say there are 6 million.
Well, it wasn't supposed to be a debate either because somebody dropped the ball on that one. There was
Whoa,
no
shade.
I said it. I said this was supposed to be a discussion. So.
Okay,
It's a
the one
feisty
debate I wanted to have
discussion.
was with Kat, and it was on the topic of should people who live in their car spend their few funds on shitty weed, and
Nope.
she and I could not come to terms on whether that debate should happen because she wanted to add the stipulation that she would not debate any psyops, and anything she doesn't like is a fucking psyop. so a debate would be impossible. But the one person I really wanted to debate was fucking Kat living in her car with plastic aliens crawling out of
Okay,
her legs.
well. Also, you can't debate those people though, because they're not even on the same planet, bro. That's like me trying to debate Stephen Hawking on who is the better wheelchair guy.
Well, how
Like-
shitty is the weed too? I mean,
Well, he's dead. I think you'd win by default.
Yeah, you would win that. You would win that fight, Sam.
Oh,
Okay,
he
well,
texts us
well,
back.
Maybe
well,
he made like
Oh, I like that.
theoretically, if he were alive, so
Well, I think even with all your stuttering, you could outspeak him for sure.
I don't.
He talks like a robot.
he talks like
I don't-
Stephen Hawking.
I don't
What?
stutter, motherfucker, most of the time. So
I can fix that if need be.
I know.
Get
I know
outta
you
here,
can,
goddamn.
Sean.
Son, let's have a talk. We'll fix that real quick.
I thought I warned you about handing me a warm beer, boy.
This isn't Britain, god damn it. We drink cold here.
Mm.
What do we want to discuss then?
you don't even drink.
What-
I said
one-
we as a
one-
country, but excluding myself.
One thing I've wanted to discuss, and even you and I have disagreed on this,
Well-
Sean, so this should be fun. Is
Mm.
Milo straight? Or is
Yes, ish. He's getting
No.
there.
Ugh.
No.
Well, wait. Actually, let me actually before I give an answer, in his behaviors, or
What are you talking about? What the fuck
Oh.
you mean straighten his behavior?
because you could be.
Big dick in his ass. Is he straight?
Let me put this way, 'cause this will
He
make more
crawled back
sense.
into the closet.
You can be gay, and I know this is weird, but there are people that do this. You could be gay and not do gay things. Like you can have attractions to men, but you don't act upon them.
Yeah, there.
What are you
can,
telling
you
us,
can have
Dex?
attractions to women and not act on them either, and it's called.
Yeah, what are you,
Yeah,
what are
it's
you
called
telling us here,
incel.
Dex?
Yeah, no. You can have it. You can be attracted to women, but not act on them. That's called being a
And
groiper.
a
Okay.
groiper,
That's
yeah.
called being-
I was gonna say, I said incel, but yeah, you got it. Well, like, think of it this way: if let's say Milo, let's say he marries a woman and he sleeps with a woman for the rest of his life, is he still gay?
He's bisexual. I guess
Well,
he
he's-
might be
he's
gay.
not
Are you talking about
bi.
Owen?
No, hold on, yeah, time
Mm.
out. Let's all just pretend that the idea of bisexuals haven't existed since, like, as long as recorded history, as far as I'm aware. And someone can't grift one way or the other. What's more appealing than a fucking hardcore conservative homosexual? In the internet sphere, you all love him. You make excuses for the things you pretend to hate because he stands for the things you stand for politically. Not you guys specifically, although kind of, but
Yep.
just in general. So now all of a sudden, he's flipping the script. He's he's changing the fucking he's changing the game, man. It's
So you
what
think he's a
grifters
grifter?
fucking
Is what you're
do.
saying?
Fuck, are you fucking kidding me?
He's
It's
just
not that he's not
pretending to be
funny.
gay.
It's not that he's not funny. He's definitely funnier than Owen. I give him that. But
Really low hurdle to leap there.
Yeah, I know,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
You set the
obviously,
bar so
obviously,
fucking
very-
high.
very, very low hurdle. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I think that seems obvious to me.
So you do you know that he actually threw his wedding ring into the ocean recently?
Oh,
Yes.
Oh, he did.
He
So he
doesn't-
literally did a Titanic, like
Yeah, it
where
was
the
funny.
old
Oh my
lady
God.
jumped. Oh
and
Jesus!
I'm going to assume there was at least 2 camera angles of this.
Yeah.
I could
Okay.
just hear.
Yeah.
I could
it's
just
on
hear
Less
video.
than that.
Celine Dion
It's on
singing
video.
in the background
And
now.
dude, that's kind of my point. That's pretty fucking gay to like film you
You do have a valid counter argument there.
to film like a real man would just throw there, and I know this because a friend of mine like
A real man would go to the fucking pawn shop and
No, you pawn it off and spend the money trying to get some other piece of ass. That's
yeah
the policy.
buy a bottle
yeah,
of liquor.
yeah a real straight man would do what my friend did, which is to throw their ring into the bay, scream like for 10 seconds, and then go have a beer. with the rest of us.
I mean, he
So,
had wine beforehand, so he kind of did in reverse. But I
Still
believe he
gay.
is trying.
Wine too. Oh boy.
Oh God, I'm
What wine?
pulling up the video for him where he's throwing the wedding ring into the ocean, and I'm literally getting an ad for a wedding ring. That's amazing.
There you go. There you go.
But I
Yes,
think
that-
he's serious about it because
Wait, shit. Does that mean every vendor who doesn't sell wedding rings is being censored by YouTube?
I don't know what to say to that. Was that like
I
a
was-
hee hee
I
hee
was
laugh?
just being snarky at this point. You know
Yeah.
why?
Because
You know
we won
why
the
I was just
debate,
being
yeah.
snarky? Because he's gay.
Ooh.
Oh no, I know that.
Burn.
No. What the fuck do you mean burn? It's the best.
It was a joke. It was a joke. Come
I
on.
wasn't trying to burn him either. I was just saying.
Still hit a nerve.
So,
Contrary to popular belief, I came in here on Scorps and homosexual bears side. There was a
A
whole bunch of
homosexual bears.
Yes,
Fuck
I'm agreeing with Apex. That's how dumb everybody else is.
It's not just called a bear. At that point.
No, it's called a bull.
Well, it's not like the gay dudes with the fucking.
Wait,
Ouch.
do you not know what a gay bear is? Like, Jesus Christ. Oh,
What
it's so
a-
bad at his job.
What a gay.
You know,
Isn't that-
I have hold on. I have an admission to make, mostly to Oso here, but for everyone listening, and especially everyone in the chat. I live in a highly Hispanic area, and I have met more than 2 Rottweilers named Oso, and I only know their name because of you, Oso. Even though I grew up in a Hispanic area, I didn't know the fucking name for bears, dude. Come on, like, hi, where's the bathroom? Excuse me, maybe, but yeah.
What,
Do you know Activo and Pasivo?
No.
How's this related?
Mhm.
What were you asking, Alex?
And I was confused at the relevance of the diatribe.
I'm
Nothing.
confused
It
too,
was
'cause I
literally
thought we were
just a,
talking
it was
about-
literally just a shove a fucking
I'm
wedge
confused at
into
the relevance
everything
of
like
this
it can be.
show, but we're still here.
Yeah, if you don't want to be on the show, like, yeah,
Hey, it's a private.
Well, if we want to go into relevance, I'm confused as to the relevance of your subreddit. So,
If we want to make it relevant, we
Ooh,
can
light
bring in
it
some
up.
spicy debates on like race. You know, we could get really edgy if you want.
oh,
No,
sure.
I think Sammy just called Scorpio out on the relevancy of his Reddit. Let's focus on that real quick. What do you got to say
Oh,
about
he's
that,
a writer,
Scorpio?
that makes sense.
No, we are the #1
Everything
depository of
everything's-
mocking Silver Squeeze.
Hey,
Did the autism
Texas.
puzzle pieces like click in your mind, Alex? Like that meme where it's like it's holding up in the sunlight. It's like click.
It's like, yeah, it came from Reddit. That should have explained it.
Apex, I have a confession to make. We
Okay.
we invited you in here because we all think that you well, we each have something to say to you.
While he stutters, can you guys finish the sentence, please? Somebody. You guys were all talking about it before I got here.
Is this just bullying hour? Like I like this. Can we do this more often?
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
We are concerned
Yeah, well,
about
I guess we're gonna
you
go
here.
full blood sports. No, I think that ship
We
sailed
are-
already, Sam.
We are concerned that you're going in a different direction than everybody else, and we just want you to come back.
Yo, is Lindsey Graham here?
Okay. Ooh, there we go. That's something
You
we
know
probably
what?
won't
You
debate
know what?
on.
I
Is
will
Lindsey
not-
Graham gay?
I will not.
No,
I will not
absolutely
argue.
not. I'm not even like trolling or anything. I don't
Not-
think Lindsey
What?
Graham's
Okay,
gay. I think
okay.
he's
We
just-
gotta
I think
know
he's
that.
just a boomer Southern dandy. If you go to South Carolina, there's a ton
Yep.
of like dudes that are very similar to him, and
Yep.
I really don't think he's gay.
So
like-
so they're all gay
the-
then. Fuck, man. I didn't think the South would be that gay.
Well, where's his
Probably
wife?
got-
Are you
Yeah,
not
where's his
kidding?
Dirty
wife? Why isn't
fucking
he
mouth,
married?
boy.
Where's
They
that
got-
marriage material floating around in that piece of ass?
There's not.
He's got the
Have
money.
you looked at him?
Like,
Like,
everybody's a prostitute, you know?
Dude, he's got the.
Watch.
he might be asexual. Like that's about as
That
far as
doesn't
I'm willing to go,
exist.
but
That does not
Yeah.
exist.
I mean,
okay, it seems unthinkable to you, but
No,
no,
it
it
doesn't
definitely
exist.
You know, like unless you had your penis chopped off or something.
Everybody's got a
Wait,
natural attraction to something.
what about the 93% of people who aren't on Twitter? Do they not exist either?
You probably
Ooh, burn.
Lindsey Graham appears like the kind of guy that like burns himself in the
Also,
basement.
when you get
to
older, you
suppress his
just
gay
care about
feelings.
sex less in general. Like,
Yeah, that's what sucks about getting
actual
old.
fact, yeah.
I don't know, dude. I used to know someone who worked at a nursing home, and they'd like to.
No, it just gets weirder. Like it gets
Yeah.
weirder when you get older.
Tell that to Hugh Hefner. So
He's dead.
That nigga was
A lot
pumped full
of
of so much like intravenous,
yes,
experimental
a
Viagra.
very representative
Okay,
sample of
still-
black people is Hugh Hefner.
Yeah, thank you, Sam, for that. Oh, one of the fucking richest people in the world for. Never mind.
So, yeah, that's what I'm like. That's what I'm saying. Like when people say like, it's never too late to have children. Look, Mick Jagger had a child at like 70. Like, yo, Mick Jagger is a fucking multi-millionaire rock star. Okay,
Yeah, he's like a
who has
Chad.
an ample amount of resources.
That dude froze that jidge when he was fucking 22 years old and had it injected into some woman when he was 60.
Honey, it's never too late. Like, no, it's for some people it is too fucking late.
Yeah, I mean,
Hey, you're gonna like stay up for that shit. Who'd want to deal with that? Like 80 years old. Oh yeah.
well,
who wouldn't?
Hey,
man?
touch my old ass balls. Yeah.
never mind.
But yeah, I was saying Lindsey Graham's probably one of those guys that like burns himself in the basement to suppress his gay feelings.
I believe it. I could see it. He doesn't have a wife. Still
Yeah,
doesn't.
Instead of gay, he's got his own like.
Well, neither does Milo, and you don't think he's gay.
Well, he's
got his own-
just thrown the ring in the ocean. He's not gonna
Lindsey Graham has got his own do-it-yourself fucking like BDSM kit where he like straps himself up and can still beat the shit out of himself.
How old is Lindsey?
cut
Like
himself.
Milo is still young
rich,
in his
man.
prime. Lindsey's like creeping on like probably his 60s or 70s. 65. Ooh.
Milo hit the grift away.
Nah, he looks a lot older than that.
Look, he's got a whole bunch of corrupt DC money. He should be all right.
Yeah, I know. Well, maybe the reason he's probably not married is because
Lindsey Graham is 65 years old.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. He's probably like, running Epstein's, side gig. That's,
Jesus, McConnell's almost 80.
Yeah, that sounds
Dude,
about
he
right,
looks like
actually.
he's a fucking 180. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Have you seen his skin?
Also,
He's got
he's
no
been there for
fucking going
forever.
on
Like,
there,
I can't
man.
remember a time when he wasn't.
That's what
Dude,
happens when
he's bad.
that's what happens when you lived without a soul for like 50 years. Like it's just like you.
Yeah, he crawled out of his turtle shell and got exposed to sunlight and had lost his soul, and this is what the final product is.
That's the thing, is like human sexuality is somewhat fluid, and for some people they can just like wherever the money is they'll put their dick, and that's where like Milo and probably Lindsey Graham also is.
That is a fact, man.
That
mean,
is
It's
probably very
uncomfortable for a lot of people.
That is
Yeah.
actually very
I mean,
accurate.
shit, if you gave me enough money, I'd crush a badge. I don't care.
I don't
Fuck
know.
yeah, you would, dude.
Especially if it was on like a trans dude and it was like still
Like, if
fucking
it's
a
like-
dude, but like a dude with a badge.
Listen, like with burgeoning teenagers for decades, they will make sacrifices to obscenely disgusting women just to put their dick in something. That's biologically a woman, at least.
Tell me more
I'm
about
referring
this.
decades ago.
Tell me more about
No,
this.
I'm just
Apex.
I'm referring in general, sir. Just referring in general. I've heard lots of stories. I'm not going to retell them because it's not my place.
Where
I have none of my own. Of course, 'cause I've never
where
had
did the
kids.
neighbor lady touch you? Come
No.
on.
That was the male lady, and that was a secret. But the point was, like, yeah, I mean, sexuality is fucking weird,
want
man.
you to-
And
I want you
Go
to
ahead, Phil.
point on the doll. I want you to point on the doll where the bad man touched you, okay?
The U.S. Senate.
use this piece of mail
Yeah.
addressed to
Did
your
anybody
mother.
see random moment here? Did anybody see the Caitlyn Jenner video where Caitlyn Jenner was talking about
Oh, girls
seriously,
shouldn't
this-
be in tranny
Yes.
girls. Yeah. Yeah.
that right there is a clear example that the GOP has no fucking identity whatsoever.
No, it doesn't. They don't
No,
know what to
it's
do
all
post Trump.
rage porn
The
and
es-
owning libs.
The establishment's trying
Yeah,
to pull
They didn't know
things
what
back.
to do while he was around either.
Caitlyn,
Hold on,
look,
Oso, what? I can't hear Oso. I'm going to turn the rest of you
Oh, go
motherfuckers
ahead.
down. What are you saying, Oso?
They, it's all like just responding to rage porn. That's pretty much it. That and owning libs. That's pretty much all I got.
Okay, sorry.
pretty much.
So
But
with Caitlyn though, now that we're in a time where
Bruce.
Trump has been politically exiled, the GOP wants to bring the establishment back into power, so they're propping up Tim Scott to tell everybody that Republicans aren't racist, even though we have a border crisis and COVID lockdowns and the election reform and all that jazz. And then you have Caitlyn Jenner running in California. We're pretty fucked.
They should definitely be more racist. That's the way to win elections.
No, that's not my point. My point is that because Tim Scott did this response after Biden's State of the Union, and instead of focusing on immigration, which is one of the most important issues to conservatives, the economy, COVID lockdowns, tech censorship, and every other big important issue that kind of gets people excited, he did a whole 45 minutes just telling people Republicans aren't racist. Well, thanks, Tim.
About the greatness of America, and we're not a racist country at all.
It's so irrelevant.
Sounds
We
pretty
know
based.
this.
Oh no, we're racist, man. But it's okay to be racist. You shouldn't hurt people.
It's just like it's the GOP really don't have a clear cut identity. There's nothing when Caitlyn Jenner is standing more for women's rights in sports than Christy Noam.
Yeah.
You got a problem.
Yeah.
You got a
Question:
problem.
Who here can name an NWHL player?
No one watches.
No one.
Yeah, no one gives
No
a
one.
shit.
Oh, okay. So we're all really concerned about this thing that nobody gives a fuck about.
No. What are you
Women
talking about? Women's sports is big
No.
in local
Nobody
communities.
gives a fuck about women's sports, and
In
I'm tired
local
of hearing people bark like they
communities?
care about women's sports. Who won MVP of the WNBA last year?
Without
No.
NFL, NHL, NBA, fuck sports.
Again, also brings up
Look,
a very
I don't
good
care
point.
about
Like,
sports,
people
but women are that get into varsity.
No.
They have a future in this. And
The
this is
reason
fucking
this
them
is
up.
important is because if you can get a picture of somebody who looks like a big scary black man and give divorced dads the idea that they might be showering with their daughters, that gets the pay piggies turning. It's not an issue that
It's not an
normal
issue
people
that
are actually
affects
facing.
you.
Well, no.
but it
If you have a
affects lot of
daughter,
other people.
if you have a daughter and she wants to play sports, yeah, it'll affect her.
Yeah, because
Cool.
the
Which
train's gonna beat
NWHL
her
team is
ass
she gonna
in
play for?
wrestling.
Name
Well-
an NWHL team.
She's not going to play for any if a fucking tranny beats her to the punch.
She's gonna
And
be
where's that
it's not-
happening?
playing
Where
Look,
in
look, this is
women's
what I'm
sports
saying.
are you
Bring up the
seeing trans
videos.
athletes?
The problem is, because
Yes, show me a video of a women's pro sport where there's a trans athlete, and you're going to show me one, and it's going to be of someone who was born female.
I can show you state high school fucking
Exactly,
record
and that's where it'll
breakers.
end. Thank you.
I can tell. What about
It's a big issue. It does do high school sports not
Thank you.
matter?
I accept your service.
Bro, high school sports are very important to a lot of people. They're not to me, but they are to other people. Like, you keep looking at things that affect you, but what about other people?
I mean, it honestly brings an interesting question in my mind that I don't know exactly how to. Oh, he left. That I don't
we
know
scare him
exactly
away.
how
God
to
damn
Google.
That was just circular arguments. I can't stand that douchebag.
Yeah,
Well-
I mean, but I mean, I like the argument. I think that he was trying to give is like not very like, I don't know. You're arguing with a small example for somewhere, but like, look, what I try to argue is like anybody that has a daughter, like anybody that has a daughter and they want to compete in a sport, right? Even to get into that professional sport, right? You have to stand out in junior high, high school, college, whatever, right? in order to get to those pro levels, right? And it's going to be really fucking hard to get to those pro levels when in the college ranks, in the high school ranks, you have, you know, some tranny that breaks
you're right.
records.
But what I was actually, thank you, because I was actually just gonna say before I realized he was gone, or to play the other side of the argument here, to try to make it 3-on-3, was that now in a world where there's no college or professional teams other than one that can be, apparently, I don't know this for a fact, but whatever he said, there's one example you can pull up, who was a female to male transgender. If it's, if these recruiters for college and professional are not looking for the transgenders, or they're looking beyond, if they're not looking past the criteria that doesn't exist for them, which would be a transgender in said sport, they would be looking for the next best that falls into the categories that they can recruit for, so that lines up logically for me. Does it
Yeah,
not?
and I think that was the argument, is that they're not allowed. The what is it? The male to female transgenders are not allowed in these women's pro sports.
Fallon
Beyond
Fox
high
in the
school
MMA.
Okay, which was pretty quickly stamped down
But
on.
that's not a high school.
Well, you guys
Women are
want
not doing
professional,
MMA in
that's
high
professional.
school. That's what y'all are talking. That was your whole big argument.
Well,
is
there's
that they're not
also at the high
trannies.
school
The
level, too.
trannies are there is no women's MMA in high school. What are you talking about?
Well, there's soccer.
Someplace.
I mean, look
So
at women's
what?
soccer. Yeah, well,
Yeah,
you
but
want
again,
some.
Doesn't
the
have
point,
it,
though,
you
want
said
some
MMA.
dude.
You're the dude that's always trying to you're always trying to slip around, man. You
No,
stay on one thing.
well, you guys want a professional sport that people watch, and I bring up MMA. You want one that's from like
No.
the-
Your argument was that the trannies in high school are preventing them from going to professional sports. But if they're not
Yeah,
competing
MMA,
for those sports in high school, they're not competing in MMA in high school against trannies.
Well, what about soccer? The professional women's soccer is one of the, probably, if I'm not mistaken, Phil, it's probably one of the bigger ones of women that's watched.
But are there transsexuals in professional soccer, though? Is the thing? Are there male to female transgenders?
Maybe not today,
in
but there
female
probably
soccer?
will be soon.
Oh my God, you're always talking about this doomsday scenario.
What about track and field? What about swimming?
What about them? Are they competing against them or not?
No,
Or
Yeah,
it's
is
fine.
the
women
US
are
Olympic
competing
team?
in the Olympics.
Yeah.
They are.
Yeah.
Oh,
All
I
right,
didn't know
let's
that.
Oh,
fact,
okay,
let's,
yeah,
well,
there
let's
you
fact
go.
check. Let's fact check
That
that. real
doomsday
quick.
scenarios here, isn't it?
Well, even in high school.
I was just watching a video on Twitter of some trans female fucking
The
destroying
fucking International Olympic Committee will
destroying-
not. There's no fucking way. There's no
destroying.
way, dude. There's no way.
What?
It's either high school
Some
or
other
college
country
or
would have done
something.
this years ago
Well,
High school or
if that were the
college.
if that were the case.
Destroyed.
yeah, I see on Wikipedia like what Phil's talking about. During the Olympics, there's one in tennis. I bet basketball there's probably some too. Rugby,
I mean,
there's some.
But are they female to
mean-
male or male to female? Because that's a big
If you're male
difference.
to female, you're probably not even going to be competing.
I mean, to
That's
be
not
fair,
true, because the one example that Oso
Disavow.
was talking about earlier was a female to male. I
to
don't know
be
what that
fair,
example was.
in college basketball for the women, there are some women that look like dudes but aren't. But that's a whole nother thing.
You just had, dude, didn't you, Sam? You fucking bigot.
I did. So
Yeah, but like I mean, from I don't having a I don't know, just having a daughter, like, and then telling her you could be whatever you want to be, you could train. So she spends her whole life like she spends her whole life training to be something, right? Something in track and field or anything like that. And then all of a sudden some tranny flips and is allowed to run and fucking dusts your daughter
Yep.
and takes a trophy that your daughter should have had.
Yep. That crushes them. And the one in
Yeah,
tennis
it
was a
it demoralizes you. Like fuck.
yeah, because it's totally uneven playing field. Like the one in tennis, Renee Richards, that was somebody that was competing in the men's tennis, did a little, cut and stitching, and then started playing in the women's tennis. How is that fair? And how is this not happening when it's literally happening? And it's only going to get worse if conservatives go, oh, I don't care, it doesn't affect me.
Yeah, why can't they just make a tranny league?
They should. I'd be fine with that. I'd be all for it.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, they should do that. I missed most of that conversation, but yeah.
listen, I don't think the. I mean, I have nothing against trannies in sports or trannies in general, other than I don't understand why. Anyway, that's a.
Well, dude, how long before it becomes to the point where it's like, oh, you don't want to watch tranny porn? Oh, you're a bigot. Oh, you don't want to date a trans person? Oh, you're an asshole.
That's already here. The super straight movement. Remember?
I mean, there are already those assholes.
You don't suck that tranny cock. You're a fucking bigot.
I think Bill Burr said it best. I don't want to butcher the shit out of this, but it's something like, hey, I don't give a fuck what you do. You can cut your dick off all you want, but you can't expect me to not go, hey, what the fuck is that? Something like that. You can't expect me. You can do whatever you want. I don't give a fuck what you do, but you can't expect me to not go, hey, what the fuck? What the fuck's going on over there?
Exactly.
With that human being.
Exactly, Apex. That's what I'm saying. Just
exactly,
because,
Bill Burr.
Just because I'm accepting of it doesn't mean I can't be weirded out by it. Just like I know that the bear.
Just like you do with black people, right, Sam?
Oh, disavow.
No, just like hey,
Sam, I do not associate with you anymore. Disavow.
I would, and you know what? But you know what? I would actually be a little bit more okay with trannies playing in sport and women's sports if they weren't
people?
If they weren't allowed to have those records, right? If you were gonna say, if you're not allowed to have those records because obviously you're,
or make a separate record. If you're not gonna make a separate league, make a separate
right.
Exactly.
There has to be an exception.
Yeah.
Like that would be something I would be
because
like,
it is
okay,
not the same,
sense.
and I do get people's fucked up brains. I have a particularly fucked up one myself. I can't imagine myself, strapping on a fursuit or cutting my dick off or putting on ladies' clothes and stuff. But I mean, I try my best to empathize with the handful that I've met in my life. Unfortunately,
no, I do actually. Even though I sound a bit abrasive, like I do have empathy for these people because they do have mental illnesses and they should be treated.
Sure you do. Sure you do.
Whatever, bigot.
Yeah.
I think Dex is a fucking boner for these trannies.
If you say sure you do.
Only when they get close though. It's a proximity thing. It's not at the distance.
Sam and I are busy enough. We don't need to add a third dick into it.
Disavow.
That's good.
Hey, Scorpio. Just because it's dumb doesn't mean it's not entertaining. Okay. Titty salad.
You got people leaving already. You got not only leaving but announcing that they're leaving.
Yo, we did our work.
So I told you an hour ago
done.
to kill this fucking stream. You told me to come on here, and people started leaving. So how about you kill the fucking stream now, you dumb shit?
Guy from where'd you find this fucker?
Where did you find this faggot? Alex the Great sounds like a freaking autist, a major autist. Even almost sounds in cellular too.
In cellular, is that new word?
Yeah, I just made it up for you, baby.
Like the new fucking. I thought the iPhone sucked. I guess that's being the incellular plan.
What's that? What's that?
The incellular plan.
You don't get laid, dude. That's what it is.
Alex does work in IT, but that doesn't mean he can't.
Oh, that explains a lot.
Oh, and he's also quite familiar with. I I always mix Alex and Dex up on this one, but I
Al-
believe Alex,
Alex
is the one that's more familiar with the blood sports lore.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, Alex
Yeah.
was
I
into
don't.
that.
I don't give a fuck. Right now, he sounds like a little bitch.
He sounds like a little bitch, yeah?
Who's this
Let's
guy?
go.
Bruh, you're the one that. I don't know if you don't. You're the one that doesn't think IQ exists, so that explains a lot.
Well, he's
Doesn't
listen.
think what?
He is Mexican, so give him a break. He is definitely
Major disavow.
Disavow Mexicans?
no.
No.
You know, I was gonna make the point that IQ doesn't matter. Like he's beyond IQ. He's like
oh, that's enlightened.
what's that?
Enlightened
I can't remember
centrist?
the general's
He's a-
name that seized the Alamo. What's his name? Santa Anna. Is that Santa Anna?
Here.
I can't remember. I'm a terrible
What-
Texan.
what are you
Never
trying
mind.
to say?
Joke dead. Nothing. That you're awesome and you fucking rule shit. And eventually you're gonna get taken down by a couple of white people that stand their ground.
Oh, like the Alamo defenders.
Yeah. No, it's actually that was the
Yeah.
Yellow Rose of Texas, so it would have been a white woman. Which so analogy's totally dead. The joke's dead. Doesn't matter. Sorry. Continue.
We need to bring on Semper onto the stream if we want a Mexican versus white boy Texan stream to go
I mean,
to
We're
go
not
off.
doing that, Sam. You need to kill this stream. It's been going for fucking ever. Let these people go to sleep.
Yeah, you're right. It is
Yeah.
almost 1 a.m. Or wait,
Yeah.
no.
You're
Is
right.
it?
I am right.
It's only
It's only 5 past midnight.
yeah.
Sometimes I'm a good co. You know what? You faggots, start up another stream then, but end this one and do it elsewhere. Let everybody go to sleep.
Anyway, though, any final thoughts, topics, things you want to say, insults to lob at me, your host?
Sam, you're. Oh no, I'm not gonna say it to me.
Oh, do it. Come on, man.
Sam, do you want to
Never mean
hear the
things.
brunt of my joke?
Sure,
You're a real.
take it.
Okay, get the drum set ready, okay? Because you're gonna need to crash some cymbals with this one. You're a real stand-up guy.
But that's actually not that bad.
You thought it was
the
gonna be
joke
worse. I'm
the
glad
joke
you have
I-
high standards for my cruelty and hatefulness.
The joke I always hear is, dude, I have big news for you. I hope you're sitting down
Oh my
for
god.
this.
Okay, that was actually kind of funny.
That is actually pretty funny. I've never thought to say that.
Oh,
Damn
I'll
it,
save
no.
it for next
Great,
time.
and now you're gonna be saying it all the time.
No, I'll have to save it for a special occasion.
Scorps,
be
I really
real
hope
funny.
you use that on me.
Ooh,
one,
that
one of the- one
Did you
of
guys
these
catch that
days.
voice break? Somebody clip that. I really hope.
That's what, yeah, my joke was well deserved then. Wasn't
Shut
cruel.
up. Shut up, faggot. I have plenty of clips of you saying, I'm retarded.
I hope Susan heard that. Did you hear that, Susan? End this fucking stream before I.
Your retard's the
mean-
worst insult, by the way, because like, if anybody says that to me, specifically, I just go, yeah, and I'm proud of it. What are you gonna do about it? I can hack you. I can, like, I don't know,
Se-
find your location.
Self-burn.
Could drive to your house and
Maybe.
put you into a pretzel and embarrass you in front of your neighbors. Perhaps.
Anyway, though, folks, I actually
Good
think
night.
this discussion was productive.
No, it
very,
wasn't.
very productive.
I don't think anyone changed their mind. Like that's.
I don't know. I changed my mind on everything. I don't think conservatives are being censored on the internet. I don't think trannies are getting into sports and ruining young girls' lives.
Bros, hold on. Time out. Hold on. One
Oh, this is a problem. Yeah, like I
one
was-
last
What
thing
did
I
you-
have
what
to
did you
say, guys.
Alex?
No, I
Go
said
ahead, Alex.
it's like gaslighting the podcast.
I mean, listen. What you guys, I think, are failing to understand here. What you fail to understand is squeak, is that this is entertainment. When people argue on the internet, whether they believe it or not, or partially believe it, and then joke about it, and do so believingly, it's incredibly entertaining for people.
So we're grifters.
It's called No, I mean, are you asking for donations? Are you looking for? Well,
Yeah,
you might,
guys,
in
$1
fact,
million
might be.
bucks. I need to
I'm
pay for my
not.
Lambo right now.
I haven't
Mhm.
yet. Streamlabs.com/The Whitfield Report. Let's go.
Yeah, Patreon.com/The Whitfield Report, right?
Mm-hmm.
For the nudes and the feats. Good night,
Especially
everybody.
for the feeds. All right, folks. Thanks for everyone for tuning in. Scorps, anything you want to promote? GSK, anything?
Nah, I'm good.
Okay. Sean, go follow Versa Media on YouTube. They could really use this. They could really use the sub count. I'll post a link to their channel in the description after the stream. And Alex, are you anywhere these days?
I'm in places just not for fun.
Cool.
And you can also subscribe to our recently created OnlyFans account where you can get exclusive pictures of all of us together in one room.
Wait, what? You must have drugged me for that.
I'm
But,
kidding. We actually we should have trolled OnlyFans, but we do not have one yet. But if we really want to grift, if we really want to make some shekels, like we'll just open up.
Quit talking shit about things you ain't got. Plug your things and end this goddamn fuck stream.
I mean, if you really want to find us, Versa Media on YouTube, at Versa Media on Twitter, and probably everywhere else. Whatever you guys want. If you want some intelligent
at
dialogue
Versa Media, right?
and some mild retardation, just go to our channel. It'll be lovely. And some cool interviews.
Versa Media, right? On most platforms.
Yeah, Versa Media.
Okay. All right. Thanks for hopping in, guys. Sammy, thank you for having us. Thank you, chat, for tolerating all of this.
Yeah.
Extreme mental illness. Good night, Sammy. Kill it.
All right.
Go.
Good
you do your
night.
thing.
God
Sorry.
bless. God save the sweet nation. God, freedom, Uggsy in that order, and I'll see you on the next stream.
Good night, gamers.
In a world where gamers